Hello, everybody. Welcome to the TDC Podcast. Mike and T-Roy. And
buddy.
Vicky joins us today. How are you, T?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, cold.
Totally different over here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's kind of nice having you across from me, although
Yeah.
I don't like when you're within swinging distance.
You're good.
You appear to be in swinging distance if I lean in, and I don't
I
like
can
that
get
at all.
I could definitely get you.
You get up on that table and leap across it before anyone knows what's up.
I don't know who was in here last, but this thing was on like 8.
Really?
Blew my headphones out.
Henson probably was the last one to sit there.
Maybe, yeah.
And he's weird.
Deaf bastard.
Remember he had his seat all the way down? It was, I was like, I'm not going to say it. Teach their own, man.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Everyone wears their headphones differently. Everyone has their adjustments
He's like
differently.
laid back. He's doing his, he's doing his show. Maybe I'll try that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good to be back for a Thursday episode, our last of the week. Of course, we will do some exclusive content for our members only. It's good to have Easis back in town. I don't know if it's I'll get to you in 1 second,
Okay.
Easis, but
It's fine.
I don't know what it is because I haven't really left the house. I've gone out back a couple times with Cece, but it's fucking bone chilling cold out there, and I'm freezing. I know I'm not bitching to you because I know you've been outdoors all day, but is it just me or is it just like I feel like that when you're like cold for so long it goes to your bones?
Yeah.
I feel like that right now, and I don't know if it's just down here or if it's just I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you freezing?
I took a hot shower when I got home.
There you go.
To thaw out.
Yeah.
So I don't feel too bad right now.
Good.
I got
Chilly
the,
one out there.
I got the slippers on. Got the hoodie.
Do you want me to go to my iPhone
to
and I can tell you what the weather will be like next few days, Mike, if you want?
It's gonna be lovely.
Oh, it's going to be a very nice
I think
weekend.
it is going to be a nice
No,
weekend.
it is.
Yeah. I'll take it because it's been fucking cold here lately.
It's gonna be your Indian summer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
My
we allowed to
God.
say that, or is
Wow.
it crisscross applesauce summer?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm going Indian summer.
Okay, Indian summer.
Is
it
it
is.
too late for an Indian summer?
No.
Okay,
No,
really?
the later the better. Isn't that kind of the
Well,
point?
no, but I think usually as an Indian summer being like end of September, maybe early October. I don't know.
Hey,
Okay.
whenever it lands, it lands.
I guess
We'll
okay.
take
Well,
it.
with global warming, maybe it's gotten adjusted.
Yeah. We're gonna have a February Indian summer. Isis, welcome back. How are you,
Hello.
my friend? It's good to see you.
Great to be back, Michael.
Thank you. I think you paid me my first compliment in 10 years.
I know. Bro,
Yeah,
seriously.
he walked in. He was like, "Holy shit! Do you got cancer or something? You look really thin."
I didn't believe it when you've been saying that you're going through your clothes and stuff like, oh, I'm wearing clothes. It's just I don't know. People, I didn't. It was so noticeable, and it's like I am not someone who notices someone loses 2 pounds, and they're
No.
like, because people will do that. They're like, well, I lost 3 pounds this month. I'm
You
like,
should
okay.
say that to people that have lost weight and you notice.
Yeah.
Because who was it? Mike Fitzgerald, I think, was over here.
Yeah.
Picking up some caramels or something
Yep.
for his mom. Or,
Oh shit, he's coming today.
is he really? Nice guy. Nice guy. And he's lost a shitload of weight.
Yeah, looking
And-
great.
Yeah, he looks great. And I was like, I finally, like 15 minutes after him being here, I was like, dude, you've lost a lot of weight. And he's like, oh, yeah, thanks. I've been working on a lot. It's like, yeah,
Well,
but I see people that I haven't seen in 3 years and they don't say a word. And you're
Yeah.
like, I know I've lost like 50 fucking pounds,
Right.
man.
No.
I have to look different to some people.
I don't not say it on purpose. I'm just not. Some people legit. I mean, no offense, but you can, if you really pay attention, if you like step on a scale like regularly, you
I
can
don't,
go up and down. No, but you can go up and down a few pounds in a day, just depending on when you weigh yourself and stuff. So there are people that will like kind of be like, well, I
Yeah.
lost 3 pounds last month. I'm like, okay,
I find myself, I act like I don't care.
I can do that in a good dump.
right.
But I keep going, I have doctor's appointments, whether it's seeing, I don't care which doctor I'm seeing, my primary care or the back guy, pain guy, they all weigh you. And
Yeah.
so now when I go in there, now that it's getting cold, like in the beginning, I'd be wearing like fucking 2-ounce shorts and flip-flops and nothing, and a t-shirt. And now I
Going
go
like
in
an
there.
MMA weigh-in, stripping down.
Right.
Down. I'm in a thong, barely just covering my shit. But now I go in there in jeans and heavy shoes and a sweatshirt. I'm like, all right, you're taking my fucking phone, my keys, my wallet.
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
take this sweatshirt off? And I get in, and as long as that scales into the hundreds,
Yeah.
I'm a happy guy. It's
Take
like,
every
okay.
ounce you can get.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wow, into the hundreds.
yeah, I'm into the hundreds now.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Good for
yeah.
you.
Can you believe that, dude? It
Better
was
than me.
It was so bad when I went in there, and they're like, they'd put it on that 150.
Yeah.
and then they've got 50 pounds to play with.
Yeah.
to slide, and they're like,
Just keep going.
and I was like, No.
Wait for that extra clunk.
That big giant klukoosh from 150 to 200, and then it was like ding 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 ding, and it was like, oh Christ, this is so bad.
Doctor are you going to that still they don't just have an electric scale?
Some of them do, but some of them don't.
I've not been to a place in a very long In fact, I don't even know if I've ever been to a doctor that did it that way.
Yeah, actually, I go to 2 doctors fairly regular. The pain guy that I'm seeing right now, I've seen him a few times, and then the regular doctor. But I think that one's digital. But I did go to another one recently where they did have the clink, 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 clink.
That's wild.
Yeah.
They're making enough money. They should upgrade their equipment. I think.
Yeah, you're paying them enough.
Yeah.
I think. Well, you want to know down to the ounce now. Now, if you really want to be accurate about it, I mean,
Yeah,
I want decimal points now.
Right.
Come on. 195 point.
Right?
And it's like when I used to tell people I was 6'2.5", because I don't know if I am anymore. Probably at the point where I'm
I'm
not anymore.
At the point of being 5'4" now. I feel shorter.
But I was
5'9" my whole life, which is short. And then, it's like, I know it's only going to get worse as we get older.
Yeah.
You start shrinking and hunching over.
Right.
Oh,
I've
God.
Especially with
lost an
phones.
inch and a half just in discs, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and at least you're starting at 6'3".
Yeah.
So if you go down to 6'1", whatever. You'll still be tall.
The phones, I bet, in the end was because think about how much more time you're spent over like
Hunched
this,
over.
and it's easier and easier to just get stay like that. I bet, honestly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll get to your trip, and again, welcome back. I was just before we started the show, I was pulling up whatever. I had a thing on Facebook, and it was like, oh, I have another friend request. And it's from a chick. and I'm immediately hesitant, especially if you're cute. No offense, but if you're cute, it's fake. I know it is. It's bullshit. No offense to the cute girls who have already friend accepted, but those have been for years. And I'm like, hey, have you guys heard of so-and-so? And you're both like, no. And I'm just looking at it and I'm like, I don't want to accept this friendship. I don't know.
No.
I can't imagine a cute, attractive girl would be friend requesting me under any circumstance.
You got to have at least 2 mutuals.
Yeah,
For sure.
Because even one
a
could
big
be
one.
one other
Idiot just
lonely
accepted
asshole
it,
that just
right?
accepted it. You know?
But a lot of times when I see mutual friends, it's shocking how many times it's Big E.
oh yeah,
Shocking. Like
Is that
people
the-
have friend requested E before me.
That's
You
the-
know, like
that's
oh,
the one guy.
I'm a man of the people, Mike.
I know, but I accept almost everybody. The ones that get me are the duplicates coming in. Amy Hayes' mom must send me a friend request once a month.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Gotcha.
I'm done.
Well,
accepting those
but
friend
are those? I mean,
Most of the time
people are
it's
getting
a
hacked like a motherfucker these
Yeah,
days.
that's why I don't accept it anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck
yeah,
it,
yeah.
Frida. I'm sorry. If this was actually you sending it,
Right.
figure out your Facebook because
Yeah.
I'm not accepting it.
It's weird. I swear to God, what's weird about that, I feel like, is I know people like my friends, the Kennedys. Their mom gets regularly hacked.
old
As far
people.
as I know, I've never been hacked though.
it's always old people.
right.
Is it? But we're old.
I don't know.
What is
No.
it?
As
far as
what
I know,
constitutes
My
being-
dad happened a lot.
Really?
Miller's mom gets it a lot. Like I don't know what it is. If they just
So are they just accepting someone and then it takes them into some fucking death
have no
spiral
idea.
of
That could be it. So maybe it's something like that. Because as far as I know, because I'm on all the time, and I've never been hacked as far as I know. I've never had someone message me going,
Yeah.
"Dude, I got a friend request from you." This
I've
is
had
odd."
it. I've had it show up where I've sent things out to people like, "Hey, here's a charity something or other," and it's like, "Wait a minute, I didn't send that out. Ignore." And then I got to tell everyone like, "Ignore."
Right, right.
You know, when they're like, "Hey, did you really send this?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
So I've definitely run into that.
Well,
but I don't know if that counts as hacked. I've had other people do that to me too, where they send me something like, "Hey, will you mention this on the show?" And even if said stuff like that, and I'm like, the fuck is this? And then they'll come back and be like, "Ignore. I don't know what that is.
That's
I
weird.
don't know who that is."
yeah, very specific for.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
usually just a generic hack.
And maybe
of
they
friend
did
request.
it drunkenly and then regretted it the next day. And
Now that could be. But
Yeah.
as far as I know, I've never had that happen. I've never had anyone message me and say like, "Hey, man, I got a weird message from you."
No, I
or
don't think I
something.
have either.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
That I'm aware of.
I don't know what it takes to get hacked, I guess.
Well, it happens. The ones I notice the most are people that I'm already friends with and have been friends with for years.
Yeah.
But then I never know, like, oh, did you get a new phone and it fucking blew you out of your account
No,
or
it's-
something?
I figure it's either a hack or at some point you unfriended me and now you're refriend requesting
Right.
me. And if that's the case, fuck
Right.
off either way.
Right.
That's sort of my stance on it.
Yeah, it's not a bad stance. Not a bad
funny,
stance.
man.
So yeah, Eases, you're back. You've been on the road for what, 2 months now?
About 2 months, I guess it was.
2 months. I've
flies,
seen
dude.
pictures here and there. It looks gorgeous when you're around the country.
Oh my God.
You take
Yeah.
great pictures
Yeah,
and
thank you.
beautiful landscapes and
Yeah, the West is, look, you know
Yeah.
more than I do, dude. I still don't think I could live out there. Too desolate for me, too much. I still
whereabouts.
I mean, I guess everywhere. I don't know. There's a lot of places, I suppose.
I mean, if you're
but-
talking about like
wow,
middle west of the country, yeah.
yeah, that's
But
yeah. Like when you're talking
do you mean like California or
like
Seattle? or
Utah
Portland?
is so fucking gorgeous, so gorgeous. I
Yeah.
couldn't live there. I don't think. Even in Seattle, even in Salt Lake, you know, you're still just so separated from lots of people, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But I don't know. It's all dude. I've never driven down the West Coast. I know you talk about it a
Oh,
lot.
yeah. It's awesome.
But driving down like the 1 and stuff like that, and I'd
Yeah.
never done that before.
Where
And
did you do it from?
I didn't do the 1 as long as I wish I could have done it for. I only did it from a little bit around Eugene down to
Oregon.
San Francisco. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's not bad.
But a little around there, a little around Eugene. I will
You
say
didn't
it still
take it
freaked
from
me out.
from San Francisco down the coast.
Well,
though?
no, because I mean, I was after that point, I was cutting east.
Oh.
In fact, and I only went to San Francisco to see Jerry.
Yeah.
I'll admit that.
How was that,
Like,
by the way?
Incredible. Always incredible.
Yeah,
That dude, I know you know this, but like, there's always something. So now it's like he had a buddy who recently passed. I don't know how recent, but, and that guy had like a son, and they own these very historic, I guess, cottages somewhere. They're like, it's on Cottage Row, and there's, I guess, 4 or 5 of these cottages that are full houses, and they call them cottages or whatever. And the friend owned one of them. So the only deal was when he died, he wanted, I want my son to be able to live there rent free, but you guys have to keep it up. And so Jerry has to, keep it up. And he invited me in, and I'm sitting there, and
Was it nice?
yeah, it was real nice, actually.
Yeah.
Real
Are they
nice.
like the pods? Like
No.
he was going somewhere with a friend. Last time we talked to him, he was going like, and I figured it was just a boo-foo fucking tent, for
Right.
him and some dude. And it very well may have been, which is good for him. But I got the impression it was kind of like over at Jenny and Rais's. Remember that fucking
Dome.
that dome? It was like domes.
No,
almost set
no.
up.
What these
So
were
this is-
actually were, he did explain to me in the end. When the city had first started, at some point at the very beginnings of the city, where these were like outside a line where the help would live. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were put up for like the servants and stuff to live in. And he said when he first moved in, even like I guess in the 70s, his friend, because he lived there at one point, and then someone else owned, the gay thing,
Yeah.
They all just share everything around, man. I think everything is like just a potluck, dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if someone
It's a
owns a
free-for-all.
house, they
It's a
all own
commune.
I'm serious, man.
No, I know what you mean. You want to say that without being disrespectful, but there's something to that for sure.
I think it's when we talk about the idea that if you had a gay friend and it's like you just start jerking each other off, I think it's like it'd be great. I feel like it's like one, hey, mine's yours, and once in a while you blow me, I own the house, you can stay there, whatever.
Sure.
Anyway, but no, it was great, dude. I had lunch with him and shit, and then he reveals to me, I'm like, how old are you, Jerry? I always forget, and he's like, it's hard not to do
Yeah.
No, but he turned 80. I had lunch with him on a Saturday. He turned
looks
80
great,
that Wednesday.
Yeah, no doubt.
He looks fantastic. I
Yeah.
know when he said that last time he was here, he was like 76 or something. It was
Right.
like, what?
Right. No,
Holy
seriously.
shit.
And he's still fucking, I mean, like going to operas and
Yeah.
and
He's very
maintaining-
cultured.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What's going on with the Jacks? Did you get an update on them? Because they
They're
lost
just-
their place.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It's just that that there's no
They survived
building. He still was insinuated COVID was part of it. I don't think COVID's part of it anymore. I think it's fully that they couldn't get the building.
Yeah, it's too expensive.
Yeah, and
out
so he
there.
did reference, I guess, that some people will drive down. I don't know if he said somewhere else. He did say there's a place that you could go to.
I
but it-
imagine you could just go to any children's park in San Francisco with 50 men and just start jerking off. I imagine that's totally
someone
legal.
someone
Yeah.
someone told
Yeah.
a joke in Seattle.
I don't
that
think you're
thought-
allowed to come on the children. I mean, outside of an accident.
In their general direction, just not on
I don't
them.
think you can come on them. I think that's the law.
I
Unless
wish-
it's by accident. Obviously, if you fire one across the lawn and hit a 5-year-old in the forehead, they're
What
not
if
gonna
you're a
arrest
map?
you for that. Well, then I think it's fine.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I wish I could remember the exact joke because there was somebody in Seattle that told a joke like that. The idea that in the parks, Like, it's gotten to the point where it's like, if you're a homeless dude or on drugs or you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But if you're a straight dude and you just start jacking off, it's like,
all right, you're coming with me.
You're coming with me. It's like, what's the
deviant
difference? I wish I could remember how he told it, but it was a good premise because it was really.
Well, it's the idea of victim.
Right.
They've had it hard enough. So if they want to jack off in the
Right.
park or stab someone or shoot someone,
Yeah.
rob someone, you
Yeah.
know, then they've had a rough go. So
And I'll say this with Jerry. It's funny. I was legit. I know whatever. I don't have a lot of money, but I was gonna originally plan. Take him to lunch. And he pulled out his money. He bought the lunch, but in lunch we were sitting there, and he mentions his birthday. I'm like, dude, you got lunch. I have to give you a birthday present. So we walked. He go, well, we'll walk to the bookstore, and you can buy me. So I bought him a Sudoku. I mean,
Sudoku.
A Sudoku
is that a puzzle book?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's what he wanted. He wanted a
Nice.
puzzle book. So
Yeah.
but it was crazy, man. I am so thankful to know that dude on such a level.
It's so crazy too, because when I think of the original, like playing those Jax messages on the Drew and Mike show, it was years, and I mean years before anyone being me, reached out to that hotline and tried to track that dude down.
Yeah.
And I remember being almost scared of him. Like, it was so fucking, I don't even know how to say it. Like, it was so over the top gay, like the idea of a group of fucking 100 dudes in a room together jacking off and paying cover to do so, like, was so outrageous. It was like, this guy must be the fucking weirdest, creepiest, most deviant fucking weirdo ever. And then you talk to him and he's just like, hello. You know, he's just like the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
You know, he's got his thing, you know, that he loves, and he's not ashamed of it.
I know.
And he's the sweetest guy in the world.
Intelligent.
He brings
like,
gifts whenever he comes.
Right.
Super intelligent. Yeah, he's a smart guy. Hi, Cece.
I told him, by the way, this time, I'm like, I had a conversation with Jerry. I'm not trying to be mean about it. Not mean, but I'm not trying to be creepy or weird about it. But I need to be in a book somewhere where if something happens to you, because I called him twice.
Yeah.
And he didn't get back to me. And I'm like, he usually comes back.
Yeah.
And then finally he called me like, oh my God. Whew, thank God.
Thank God.
And he put it as like, I think he put it as like, I need to get notified at expiration or something.
Yeah.
But like,
no,
seriously.
That's a good point. We need to like have him tell his friends, like, hey, if something happens to me,
I want to know.
You got to let these guys in Detroit know.
I do not want to just like be calling him at some point. And yeah, I guess you could. We kind of know his actual name. You could check obits, but you know,
no, it'd be better for someone to reach out.
Very
to us.
tough situation to be doing obits.
Did you broach that with him for real?
Yeah, I 100% did.
What did he say? Did he say yeah?
Yeah, I guess he said. I mean, I don't know if he acted. I could call him and make sure he acted on it. But I mean, I told him, I'm like, man, I'm not trying to be weird. I don't want you to feel. It's not a creepy thing, man. But I would be heartbroken if I started calling him at some point and just been like, man, it's been 2 months.
Yeah, now the phone's disconnected.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
especially when you get up to 80 years old, you know.
Oh yeah.
But he's lived a life, man, in New York and in San Francisco. He's been all over the place.
You know what's funny, by the way? Do you remember what he would when I was on the phone with him? By the way, he's like trying to make for lunch plans, and he's like, "I'll be at the cottage." And now I've already referenced the cottage. I thought he meant like he was going to be out of town. Yeah, and I didn't realize it's like a block and a half from his apartment.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you go to his apartment this time?
Not his apartment, but I went up in the cottage, you know, so this was different. It was better. I got to see something different for, you know, a different perspective. He was staying there for the kid that was living there, kid or whatever, was visiting his mom, I guess. So when he does that, Jerry takes over.
Nice.
For a little bit.
Nice.
Pretty nice digs. This one, I mean, no offense to his original apartment, but this one had
apartment has dicks all over the wall.
This one had a flat screen TV, nice microwave, nice stove.
Jerry's, if I'm not mistaken, is fucking floor to ceiling,
basically
dolls and cocks and like the whole. It's almost like a hoarder.
Not creepy at all.
But just with like naked dolls and dicks and yeah. Hey man, to each his own. I'm not here to.
I told Mike this during the text. I'm not to just jump a subject, but I was going to say this is you know, the infamous trans stories. You have to get your trans stories in. And I told him a lot of people ask me about Seattle, dude. Like, oh, how was Seattle? Now, maybe because my brother his apartment was in a pretty nice area, so maybe that's why.
Your brother's not in Seattle, though.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
Oh, he is. I thought he was in Montana.
He lived in Montana for a little bit, and then about a year and a half ago, he moved to Seattle.
Oh, okay.
And he's loving it. His apartment, my God.
Nice.
Oh, it's an older building, but the view, he's on the top floor with a corner, and you can freaking see the Space Needle and like the water and the ocean.
Wow.
Or it's not the ocean, but like the bay, the
Puget Sound.
Dude, you probably knew this again from being a person who knows more people on the West Coast. I assumed Seattle was off the ocean, and it kind of is.
Close,
Just
but islands, man. It's all islands. My brother was born there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that. So he's got a really Seattle to me. I didn't see anything crazier than a big city. Although it's funny, Tyler and I, we get off the we get off the tram coming from the airport to my brother's, and we're gonna take an Uber. My brother suggested take this, the light rail and then get an Uber. And it's just like 8 a.m. Some dude just doing crack, and Tyler's like, yeah, that guy's doing crack. I'm like, yeah. Big, but that's a big city to me.
Well,
no,
yeah,
I'm serious.
It's gotten worse.
I get it, but my point was gonna be in my walking around with Seattle, again, my brother kind of lives in a nicer area. Like, he lives right by the Key Arena, the old Key. It's now called something else. But he can see,
who plays there?
Like, the Seattle Supersonics used to play there.
Okay.
Now their hockey team plays, and they think they're going to get a basketball team again. But, so he kind of lives in a decent area. But I didn't get any other than just, it's a big city. But I went to Eugene, and that was fucking bizarre.
Really?
Weirdo world, dude.
Weirdo world?
Weirdo world, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling Mike, I did an open mic. I did 2 open mics. As far as I know,
Isn't that where the University of Oregon is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't met the gay bay, or the gay bay, the bay, what is it,
woke
bay?
bay? Yeah.
Although he's not trans in the end, he's just gay, I guess, or something.
Yep.
As far as I know, I've never actually really met a trans person. I probably have
Never met him?
met a trans person. I probably have, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I did 2 open mics, and both open mics, dude, half the people there performing were transsexual.
Really?
Like
Transgender,
sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Transgender, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's like legit, like everything was.
Did they joke about it? Did they?
Yes, of course. They had to let you know.
They're allowed to, but you're not. You can't even recognize them. You can't.
I don't know how that could.
They can.
I don't know how that would have gone. I don't. It's not really my jokes anyway, for the most part. So, but like my point being is like, dude, and not just that. Like walking down the main center street of downtown Eugene. Like, I've seen homeless people. I've been to New York just like you have. I've been to San Francisco. I've seen the people even in San Francisco like you have. These were fucking full on, like, they were just people that are playing pretend. Like, they were in the streets full on just in dresses, doing, like, bongo, drum circles and stuff.
Sundresses are very popular among men in that part.
Makes pissing and shitting very easy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that to be weird. I'm just saying, like, I've seen big cities. I've seen homeless people. I've seen that. This was different. It was like they were homeless, but it was like they were living in a pretend, like they just moved out here, right? You know what I mean? And they're just, we just kind of do what we do. We're in our dresses in the downtown walking around, and it was crazy to me.
Yeah. I remember when Beth and I were in New York, not the time you and I went, but the time before when Beth
you crowd in front of the line.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So dumb. I always bring that up. I'm so sorry.
I couldn't wait in that fucking line. It was outrageous.
It's obnoxious that I bring that up.
But anyway, I had to get water for my CPAP machine.
Yeah.
And so it was go down to one of those baguettas.
Yeah,
baguettas.
Oh yeah.
I had to go down to the baguetta, and they didn't have any. But I remember waiting in line and just like, well, maybe this water will work. It was some close, but not quite the water I needed. And there was a guy in front of us in line in fishnet stockings, full skirt, boots, lipstick, fucking hair, the whole works, like full on. And nobody gave a shit.
Right.
Nobody gave a second glance. It was like, this is New York City, whatever. Like, you're going to get a couple second glances around the Midwest because you just don't see it that often. I don't think many people care.
And I don't
honestly.
even actually care, by the way. It was just, out of the places I've traveled, Eugene by far was a place where it was the most in your face and prevalent. Like a group of people that wanted to live that way, this is where they were. It wasn't even in Seattle to me. And I walked around a little bit in Seattle. I didn't go to Portland, I guess. But Eugene,
Portland's pretty bad.
Eugene was like, I mean, I had this
liberal college towns, man.
Yeah, for sure. I did this open mic. The second open mic I did, I was going to walk back to the other place to do karaoke. That was my original plan. And I asked another comic, I'm like, it was only a mile walk. And I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to be, I'm not whatever, but I'm just curious. Think about walking back to where we did comedy last night because he was there the night before. Would you walk that? I don't want to pay for Uber because I'm cheap. You know what I mean? And he's like, no, mostly you should be fine. Dude, I don't know what his definition of fine was, but it was terrifying. And about every minute, I was literally like, I should just get an Uber right now. I should get an Uber.
Really?
It was so. I've walked around some places, you know what I mean? And it was by far the scariest I felt like I'd ever been.
What was it? Like groups of people?
Just empty. And then when it's empty and stores aren't open and then you see people huddled up, it's like there's not even somewhere you can walk into. Like you can't just cross into like, oh, I'll go into the 7-Eleven. And I was just walking, like looking at my phone, like, okay, 0.8 miles left, 0.7. And I was serious, like, you should get an Uber now.
Dude, you should
get an Uber now. You should get an Uber now.
Why didn't you jog?
That's a great.
It will probably draw more eyeballs to you.
I wouldn't think
like,
so.
What's this son of a bitch?
You know what's funny? I
harder
ended
to
up,
catch him.
Well, I ended up. It was so I said it was I think it was about 1.3 miles, whatever. I ended up. There was this guy with a dog, and I kind of got behind him, and I thought I'm just gonna walk behind this dude and work at his pace. I actually would walk faster, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go at his pace. But I started catching him kind of.
Looking around,
why is this guy following me?
Scared as shit of you.
And I'm just like, eventually we got to a cross thing, and I was gonna go one way, and he was gonna go another, and I'm like, he's gonna fucking freak out if I keep following him.
Couldn't you just at that point go, hey man, look, I'm not here to rob you or anything. I just feel
Strengthen
more
numbers.
comfortable.
Well, then
I feel Sin Club, man. Strengthen numbers. I feel more comfortable around a human being and a dog.
My thought is though now you're letting this dude know that you're timid. Like you're like, hey, I'm in this area. You have a
all right,
dog.
give me your wallet, bitch.
Yeah, how much is it worth for you to walk next to me?
It's not. You're not in jail, E.
I don't know. Point is though, like I was walking behind him, thinking, well, he's got a dog, even not just a guy, but he's got a dog going on a walk, and I'm just like,
I wish you would have gone like into the heart of Seattle and what's the place, T?
Chaz
and
I
Chad.
should have done that. I should have probably done that. I
mean, it was the murder capital of America.
Right.
For a
I don't
brief
know. I wonder
there.
where Chaz was. I have to look up. Honestly, I'm gonna.
It was like a 6-block area in downtown Seattle.
Oh, wait, you mean it's not there anymore? Utopia is gone?
I don't know. Remember they had the sign of things they needed: cigarettes and lighters,
I'm gonna look up where the
tampons.
How was that Mariners game?
Oh my God!
Yeah, that looked awesome.
Oh my God, dude, that was. It was just such a reminder that we haven't had a team in so long. Because my brother,
Hang in there, buddy. We're coming.
I think so. I think there's some stuff there. I get it, and I give my brother a lot of credit. I didn't want to go to the Friday game because we would have been in Alaska. We were going to be coming. It's just how things worked out. I was like, man, any chance we could go Saturday? He's like, I'd really think Friday would be good. And my brother was really keeping track of the schedule. I didn't realize how tight it was.
Yeah.
And it was like, he's like, no, dude, this could be it. Because like either Baltimore.
Is he a sports fan?
Oh, he loves sports. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Mega sports fan.
I didn't know Brian was a big sports guy.
Oh yeah. I mean, when he was at State, he worked even for like like when you come out and kick the field goals in the quarter, or they got the dog. He worked with the teams and did that stuff for the fan stuff. Yeah. No, he loves sports. So yeah, he's like, dude, even if Baltimore, it got to the point where Baltimore, if they had lost or won, I forget exactly, they'd be in, or if they just win, they're in. And I'm like, he's like, no, we want to go Friday. Yeah. And dude, walking around downtown, everybody wearing jerseys, and then the game going to the bottom of the ninth, and that stadium.
What was it? A walk-off to win the division or whatever?
On a pinch hit. Yeah. They brought in this catcher, and my brother. I was with my brother and my cousin, who also actually lives in. Not the hot one, but the she's good. Actually, she's
fine.
She's fine looking, but
yeah, she's doable. She's not as hot as your other cousin. We all understand.
She's the backup plan.
I should. It's funny. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But she's actually been recently really getting into better shape. She's running half marathons now, so she's fine. But anyway,
gotcha.
But
moving up the chain of the
not insulting at all. No, it's great.
But they were there. She was there as well, and they've been keeping track. And to me, you bring in a pinch hitter, and I don't know. I mean, I know you're what, and they're like, no, dude, this guy has like kind of a track record, and they were like confident,
being clutch.
Yeah, they were both kind of like, I think if someone could do something, this guy can do it. And I'm sitting there like on pins and needles, and it got to bottom of ninth, 3-2 count, 2 outs. And this dude,
that's the dream right there.
Fucking it was one of those ones that was just gone. Yeah. It was, and from our direction, maybe it was like, would it be foul? You're kind of at a bad angle, but if it was fair, this thing's fucking gone. And that place, I had goosebumps. That place was shaking.
Yeah.
It was so loud.
There's nothing like that. I mean,
So what-
nothing
It was
like
the
that
it was
feeling.
their Maglio Ordonez, dude.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
their. It was
Against
like
the A's?
If I ever wanted to feel what that felt like, I feel like. I mean, that was 47,000. I felt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What he's talking about, for those that don't know,
Sorry,
you
yes.
went to a Seattle Mariners game that win and they're in the postseason. And it ended up bottom of the ninth, 3 out, full count, 2 out. And
And they haven't made the playoffs in
21 years.
21
which
years.
shocked me.
Yes.
Because they had some good teams, but you know what my brother said?
yeah, but they were 21 years ago. You're talking about
Well, no,
Griffey and
they had other, because they had Ichiro too. And the problem was, he said, they were in some of those eras where they would have 85, 90 wins and it wasn't good enough because they didn't have the wild cards yet and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it wasn't even like they had
that was
terrible.
a brutal time in baseball, man, when it was like your team could win 101 games, but someone in their division won 103 and you're fucked.
Yeah.
And then the next division over won 80 games and they're in. You're like,
Come
The
on.
Giants went through that a few times with the Dodgers.
Yeah, it's
where it was
brutal.
like, this is awful, man. They got to expand this because the 2 best teams in baseball just happen to be in the same damn division.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Unless you get the wild card.
So it was, to butcher, honestly, it was absolute goosebumps chilling. And then, they just hung around forever afterwards. And the coach came, he was drunk as fuck too. The coach,
Nice.
I don't know if the coach
Really?
did like 5 shots right off the bat, but he came out about a half hour later and gave some speech. And most of it was fine. And it ended with like a hell yeah or something like that. And it was just like, oh, it was so dope. It was so
that's
cool.
Were your seats good?
Great, honestly. We were in the upper level, but we were like first baseline, first row, upper level. You could see the
Yeah.
city.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was like
Awesome.
the whole skyline was. It just, like I said, it made me want, like, oh my god, I forgot
Dude, this
how
is
awesome.
perfect for you because you love those like defining moments,
Yes.
like the parade or the big hit, the big win. And
And how random. I mean, just to be in Seattle at that time and be
yeah,
able to go
yeah.
to that game.
Right, and
you know,
like I said, props to my brother, but my brother pays attention. But props to him for like really being like, no, dude, this is probably the
Yeah, it
game
would've
we want
sucked to go Saturday
Oh my
instead of-
god, we talked about it. I was like, dude, if I had talked you into Saturday and been like, it would just work better. I'm kind of tired. I'm getting
Yeah.
back from a flight or something.
would have been worse if you went Friday and they lost and then Saturday they won.
Oh,
You'd been
yeah.
like, see, I told you.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Then no, that'd been better for me because then I
Yeah,
could
you
say.
could rub it in. Although if they lose Friday, you could still go, well, I guess we got to go again Saturday.
I would have gone again. I was sitting there that night and said, if they lost, I'm like, I'm going tomorrow.
yeah. How much were tickets? They had to be expensive.
I don't know. My brother bought them at a good time, but he said when he started looking that day, they were fucking hot. I mean, dude, it was.
Yeah.
You know what? We all know what it's like when a city is in that moment.
yeah.
It hasn't
Embracing
happened in a
it, too.
while.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that feel. You walked in the stadium and it was just a buzz. It was just
yeah.
fucking there. So.
Troy and I were talking a couple months ago, and I was like, dude, we really have to do that. Like, pick a stadium once a year and just go to a game, you know, and just start checking stadiums off the list, whether it's for a college football game, a pro football game, a baseball game, whatever. And there's something just so special. Like when me, you, and Tooch went to Stanford for a game, and then went to Levi
Niners.
Stadium for a Niners-Packers game.
Oh my God,
It's in the same weekend, like back-to-back.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Those sporties can be really great.
Yeah.
You know what's
No.
funny is I looked at you were talking about going to the Golden State Pistons game.
Yeah.
Golden State comes in town. I looked at
Nice.
tickets. Cheapest ticket. I mean, this is Ticketmaster
Really?
was $100.
Oh,
I was like, so I just went and I checked the Golden State Pistons, and I pulled up, and I mean the nosebleeds were $100 a ticket. I'm like, are these motherfuckers trying to get $100 a ticket for Pistons right now? Are you
It
shitting
must
me?
be because the
And then I
Warriors
looked,
are
and then the
champions.
next game was OKC, and it's $16.
Yeah.
And but these weren't like verified
See, this
resale
fucking-
tickets.
This
Like
blows,
this was
dude, because
dynamic pricing or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like,
Yeah. Where they're trying to rip you off because this happens to G in Arizona a lot, where you can go to a Coyotes game for pennies on the dollar, unless the Wings are coming to town. Like the Wings fan base is so strong, even when they suck, but especially when they were good.
Yeah.
Like you'd go to a game there and it was like, oh, what was $12 a fucking seat is now $80.
Well, it's one thing if that's on the resale market. If it's a secondary
No.
market.
This
I
is the
know,
team
but that's
doing it.
that I have a problem with that.
Yeah, so do I.
I really do. It's
Yeah.
just it's. I mean, I guess they got to get their nut when they can, because nobody's going to the OKC games, so
Yeah,
they got to
yeah.
try and make it on on a Golden State game when
Yeah.
they come in town. But
I hit up the McKinney's because apparently they have amazing seats.
Yeah.
For the Pistons.
Oh yeah.
And I shouldn't say anything because I don't know if my parents are going to listen, but I wanted to take them to a Warriors game.
Yeah, it'd be badass.
You know, they're coming once this year, and it's October 30th. And it was like, fuck, it's sort of close to before they leave.
Yeah.
For the rest of the year. And then I looked up when I'm in California over Christmas, and there's like a week span where Golden State's at home. So I kind of want to go. I think it's the Chase Center or whatever.
Do
it
a
is.
home and home.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'd really like to take them. You know that. Hopefully they don't listen to this, but I don't know.
Cullen.
Yeah,
Cullen.
keep it.
Yeah, it's all about Cullen. It's all about Cullen and Kelly.
Right, for sure.
So I asked
Yeah.
Amy.
So that looking
you know,
at it,
but-
you're right. That's what I was thinking. Like, oh, I wonder what tickets are going
Yeah.
for. $100 for the nosebleeds.
Jesus.
I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah, it's 100% because the world champs.
Oh,
are in
absolutely.
town.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
the next night was OKC, and it was $16
Yeah.
a piece.
Yeah.
Hey,
Crazy.
You know, our boy Gabar and the team at Zott Ford and Holly take pride in making buying and leasing new and pre-loved rides simple, fun, fast, and easy. Zott Ford has more inventory now than they've had in almost 2 years, and they receive new cars, trucks, and SUVs every single day. So if they don't have what you want in stock today, they can tag one on the way and get it in your driveway sooner. Plus, Zott has the deals. For example, lease a 22 Ford Edge as low as $242 a month, or a loaded 22 Explorer as low as $297 a month, and they're both in stock and ready to go. Finally, Zott Ford is still paying top dollar for your trade-in and giving an extra $1,000 for military and first responders. You can see their inventory and get details and dealsinthed.com. Tell them TDC sent you.
Mike,
do.
I was going to tell you, if you want, I could hold, because I feel like I don't want to take up too much of your, I have another pretty decent story, but if you want, I could hold it for another episode. Would you rather do that?
No,
or
I don't care. What do you got?
okay, so
how long is it?
I think it's
All of it?
I think it's decent, but
Okay. What do you got?
So I was in Reno. The one nice place I've gotten to stay on this trip was Reno. The only reason was because I have this app through My Vegas slots thing where you can earn like rewards. So I got to stay at a pretty dope like hotel room. Like it had like a
Reno's a nice little spot. Biggest little city.
biggest little city.
Biggest
little
But
city
mine
in the
wasn't
world,
on the strip in the end. I did not know this going into it, but it was a very nice hotel, but it wasn't on the strip. So it was kind of all inclusive. You just wanted to stay in there. Long story short, Sunday, I'm there Sunday, Monday. Sunday night is my opinion is like, this is the night. Because I can't get drunk and hungover and drive the next day anymore. It's like, this is the night that I'm going to get ripped and try to, get laid, essentially.
Yeah, attaboy.
Right. So
You could just pay for it in Reno.
I
pay
really
for it anywhere.
you can pay for it anywhere. Technically, I'm really sticking to not wanting to do that. I don't like it. There's too much danger to me in it, and lots of other aspects.
Yeah, you're
but-
the only guy I know that gets rolled by a fucking pair of
well,
hookers, but
not just
whatever.
that, but not just that.
A hooker and a pimp.
There's other factors. I honestly, the sex trade thing. There's whatever. Doesn't
No,
matter.
it's fine. It's fine.
It's
I-
real work.
But I'm not into it. So anyway, I'm walking around the casino. I'm having a few beers, and I know it's gonna start off with a guy, but I see a dude wearing a Lions jersey. I'm like, oh, go Lions!
Yeah.
Yada yada. We start talking, blah blah blah, and through this talking though, because I would not have met this girl without this conversation. We were having kind of a very Midwest conversation about sports, and she just comes up and is like, oh, hey guys, this conversation's incredible. This girl comes up and blah blah blah.
Did she know him?
No, she didn't know him at all. She obviously didn't know me. She just came up because she liked this. Like I live here in this area now, but I'm from the Midwest, and it's kind of cool hearing people talk about like I'm from Milwaukee. So she's like, oh, I'm whatever.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, and so it turns out now it was not her birthday. She claims it was her birthday. She goes, "That's my birthday." Well, it's like a girl thing where they, it's my birthday
Buy me
month.
shit.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know that at first. I'm like, fuck it. Here we go. This is it, man. We're all talking for a few minutes. I'm like,
did you buy her drink?
yes. I was like, hey,
Attaboy.
what do you want for your birthday? Let's go. Let's, blah, blah, blah. And we all start talking, and it's a nice little bond, but of course, be nice
Now
of the
you
guy.
got this third wheel
Right.
here in a Lions jersey.
And then her situation is she's celebrating that it's her birthday, and she's by herself because she's like, I'm going to be getting divorced. So she's still married, but she's going to be getting divorced.
Is she pretty hot?
enough.
She's attractive. Yeah.
Good enough.
She's attractive. She claimed she was 50. I thought she looked younger than me, but she claimed she was 50.
Okay.
I also later in the evening at one point, by the way, she reveals that she's black, which
say
I did
later in the
not
evening?
think she looked black at all.
She had to reveal that she was
She
black?
said it, and I laughed and said, "Are you talking about Rachel Dolezal situation here?" And then she's pulling out photos, and it kind of got a little awkward for a second there.
Yeah.
Black don't crack.
But like, then she starts pulling out pictures, and literally everybody in her family is black. Like, and she is a very light-skinned black lady. But anyway,
when you found that out, did that change anything in your thought process? Like,
I've wanted to bang a black chick for a while. So
you've been wanting to bang a black chick?
So I would have
fever go up a bit.
it would have been, and I would have enjoyed it.
Have you ever? You've banged black chicks before?
I've never. No, even the ladies of the night have all been white, I believe.
I always thought the TV
chick.
Oh, you know what?
I always thought the TV chick was black too.
I don't remember.
Wait
you know
a minute.
What? You know what?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
You don't remember if you fucked a black girl?
She might have been black.
Well, he was black, right? The guy that was in
the guy was black for sure.
Yeah, the Eiffel Tower. Yeah.
And you know what? The Chicago girl might have been black. Looking back on it.
Okay, so you've been down this road.
Okay,
yeah.
but
not for free.
But not a natural. I want it to be a natural, organic situation
where you didn't go broke.
Yeah, I didn't want the pill. I wanted the real deal. So. But the point is, like, this other dude's there. And the thing is, he's a cool guy, and we are having fun.
Is he trying to bang her too? Is this like you guys are tip at this point?
He's married, and I couldn't. I'm not saying that matters.
Did you bring that up loudly in front of her?
Well,
so where's your wife, dude?
Well, at one point, we all FaceTimed his wife.
Okay.
But I still get
in the Eiffel Tower. Or before?
But I still get the impression he would have done like it was a very. I couldn't quite tell. But on the same end, I was having fun with this. Like, and we start drinking and buying each other and then we didn't have to buy rounds because this was one of those hotels where as long as you're gambling, you're getting free.
So what are you playing?
I didn't even play. I put $5 in a what do you like video poker thing, and we had one of those bartenders that didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Just
every time he wanted a beer, and we'd tip him still, but like $9 beers, you pay $3 and get a beer.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't care.
So we all start drinking, and it goes late. Like it gets to about 4:30 in the morning, and we're still all.
And she's just hanging with you guys.
Yes, and
this guy hasn't gone home to the wife yet.
Well, the wife is at home. And I never quite understood what his deal was. He wasn't on a business trip. He was on a trip with people he knew, but like the one person in his room was like a 60-year-old man. I didn't quite understand what the deal was.
Sounds like Ocean 17 or something.
And so
it was Danny Ocean and all his fucking friends.
I'm trying to think. So another aspect to that was
He's the mark.
Yeah. Right. No, seriously. I actually started telling a joke about this recently, or I'm trying to work at the premise of the idea that at my like age and how I look at this point, like I'm always like, I want to go and try to pick up girls at the bar, but in reality, even if a girl starts talking to me, I'm so insecure, like, why? Like this girl want to fuck me, dude. She's just trying to take me. So anyway, so we're drinking till that in the morning, 4:30-ish. And I will give this guy credit. I think that he was going to bang her. I do. He would have. And I think she liked him more than she liked me. Okay. But she was still like very affectionate. Like she was I would hold her, like she was holding my hand and stuff, and we'd be like rubbing each other a little bit and stuff.
Move, yeah.
So like it was, but she was.
You better have closed this. For fuck's sakes.
The other thing, by the way, to her, and I'm not going to. I don't think she's not from here. She's not on Facebook anyway, so I'm not going to say her name. She has this whole backstory. If you believe her, and I tend to believe her, she didn't really pull out like receipts per se, but if you believe her, she at one time spent a series of her life in Atlanta as a high-class madam, like hooking up, like, and she gave me names of people. She was like,
what names?
Like NBA stars and stuff.
I believe that in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta of all places. Which names did she drop?
Deshaun Watson.
You're not dropping them. She is.
Yeah. Grant Hill, I'll tell you that as a local guy.
Oh boy!
The one fucking name you probably shouldn't have said.
Should I not have said that?
I don't care.
No, that was a name she dropped though.
That's hilarious. Of all names you could have said.
I know. I didn't see that coming in.
No.
Should I not have said that?
That would have been the last fucking name I would have thought. Grant Hill.
I don't know, man. Maybe I should. You know what though? I'm not saying her name, and she doesn't.
Usually when a chick
you
comes
said
up
Grant
to you
Hill's name.
Well,
that was the problem, not Leslie's. No one gives a shit about Leslie.
I don't know. Well, you know what though? I'm saying what a person
I thought
told
you were
me.
going to say like one of the guys the Kardashian was fucking, and he'd be like, yeah, of course. But
there were some other pretty decent names on this list too.
Like?
But now I've learned my lesson.
Thomas.
I'm not going to say it anymore.
No, you could say it. Who cares?
There was just real hot. Somebody in the Bush beer family. People like that. Like that runs like
Anheuser-Busch?
yes, like one of the I don't know, someone in the family.
You could say that.
I don't know the name anyway.
Oh, okay.
One of the guy, but just like there was some. So this was like another weird aspect of this whole evening, because then she starts telling these stories, and we're like, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think the dude would have fucked her. I think she liked her a little more, him a little more. I think if I wasn't there, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
But to his credit, he kept trying to give me the pass off. He's like, all right, guys, well, it's kind of late enough. I'll let Eric take you back to the room and this and that. She's like, no, we all should go back. So, And one thing, though, I did find out through the evening is he was 100% leaving the next day. She is not. She's staying the next night. So I kind of still kept thinking, well, at the worst.
Were you staying the next day too?
And I was too.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm like, worst case, I'm still like here tomorrow. And we've developed a relationship. We're having fun. We're already talking like, oh, we should do brunch tomorrow and go and stuff.
Oh, that drunk talk at 4 a.m.
Which didn't happen, of course.
Of course.
Anyway, so we finally go back to the room, all three of us now. And I'm still kind of like, I don't know, maybe, trying to just be
How shit-faced are you?
I was pretty drunk. But you know what, though? Not drunk enough that I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was one of those drunks where you're like, I kind of was just sipping beers. And don't get me wrong, drunk, but not
a mess.
Not a mess, not like blacked out or anything like that.
Okay.
And I'm kind of just like, well, maybe last man standing, maybe if I just hold on long enough. But now it's like 5, it's 5:30, and it's like, and she orders room service for us all. And just drunk food,
Yeah.
And the guy, I'll give him credit, the guy once more is kind of like,
well,
all right, well,
have a good night,
like,
everybody.
No, I ordered food, you're sticking. I'm like, fucking Christ.
Yeah, fucking beat it.
And I know he wanted to fuck her, though. I really feel like he did, too, though. And I would have done it if he wanted it. If he was into a three-way? If it was into that situation, I would have done it. Whatever.
Yeah.
So eventually he does leave, but it's like 6 a.m. and it's just, I'm trying, but I don't have it in my arsenal, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's fallen. It just doesn't work.
So where are you, in your room or her room?
Her room, because this girl, she had a whole situation. One of these people, dude, like, she claims, I have no reason to disbelieve her, but she claims that she's been in an elevator that fell before from 3 stories and was paralyzed for like 3 months or something.
Okay.
And so she doesn't have higher rooms. So she's on like the 2nd floor so she can walk up. So she wouldn't walk up to my 12th floor room.
Gotcha.
So anyway, finally, I'm just like, fuck, it just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm still like, well, she's here. She's in this mood of like, I'm getting divorced. Fuck my asshole husband.
Yeah.
We're here tomorrow. I know she's here tomorrow. I'm here.
Yeah.
Just play that game.
Sure.
And then tomorrow comes and, later, by about 1, finally we connect. Like, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. She texted me. She wants to meet up still. Now let's go. I didn't really want to drink again, but I'll do it. Then she's like, oh, my nephew's coming out to part. And I'm like,
so wait, you let the fucking night close out? You didn't try anything? You didn't?
I mean, I kind of laid in the bed, and then I tried to kind of like, and then I was like, well, yeah, this is great. I mean, in my very awkward, insecure way, I tried. Yeah.
Jesus.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. But again, and then in my mind, I just kept thinking, well, you have tomorrow, and that guy's going to be gone, and she's got her own weird thing going. And
so did her nephew show up?
She said nephew, by the way. And now, I told this story to Amy on the Big E County Venture podcast.
Of course.
But I told it to Amy. And Amy says in that community that sometimes they just call, because he didn't seem like he was being treated like a nephew to me.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean? Like, there was some hand touching and stuff going on.
So this was more like a...
I couldn't tell. She kept saying it was family and this and that, but like, I don't know. And at one point...
Everything all right, T?
Sure. And then at one point, we were all hanging out together, getting a few drinks, and then she was going to just go up to the room we'd gotten food.
With her nephew?
Well, she went up to the room to get food, to put food that we had ordered, like some food in a box in her room for a little bit, and come back down. Like, oh, I'm going to put the food up, come back down. Like, okay, cool. I'll just sit here and wait, because she's only 2 floors up. She's walking. And pretty soon, a half hour goes by, 40 minutes.
Boy.
And I'm like,
is the nephew still with you, or?
No.
He's with her?
They claim they were just smoking. I don't know. I don't know. And so the night the whole scenario ends with, and at this point, now it's like 5, 6 o'clock in the Monday, and I stayed up till 5 in the morning, and I'm just like, I still am telling myself, like, Just keep holding on. Maybe eventually this guy will leave.
What is he doing wrong here, T?
Lots of things, probably, but
I don't know the whole story. Sorry, I walked away.
it's all right.
Well, no, you know it. I mean, he let it get till 6 a.m, still hasn't made a move, and then leaves.
I can't believe that a chick came up to you in a hotel and she wasn't a pro. In a
Well, she
casino.
kind of had a history of being
Exactly.
a pro.
Exactly. I think she was just, I don't know. She was feeling you out and realized that you were broke and wasn't worth her time. I don't know.
She hung out with him all
She
night.
really seemed to have a very fun. Like honestly, she ended up.
Did you get a picture with her or anything?
I didn't. The next day, she told me she listened to an episode because I told her about the podcast I was doing and the comedy, and she listened to an episode with Amy and I, and you could tell because she told me things about it. So she seemed to be genuinely interested in at least having, just a fun friendship. I got not that that's what I wanted, but I'm just saying I don't think it would. If she was working me over by the next day, it would have been gone because we hung out the next day.
And you
Well, then she had her. I told him she had what she defined as a nephew that then joined the group, and I'm not convinced he was blood related. It
Was he
seemed
black?
like yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good start.
But it seemed like they were holding hands a little bit, little behavior
Yeah.
that
and
wouldn't
now
be
she
becoming
seemed to
of a
be that
nephew.
kind of person. She seemed to be a handsy person, I guess. But anyway, it was just one of these situations. And so once the Monday hit, and this is the second day, I'm sitting there, and finally she ends up saying, like, she starts crying about a real life problem she had. I believe that she was legit upset about this life situation she had with her
Well,
husband.
if she didn't try to get anything from you or out of you, it
Yeah, no,
probably
she
was
didn't.
legit.
No, she bought me drinks even at times and stuff like that.
And dinner and food, I mean.
Yeah. So, and I didn't pay for anything other than the first breakfast round. Everything, all the other beers were free because we just gambled. We walk around gambling and get free drinks and stuff like that. So, point is that fucking time hit. And it was like, she starts crying and like, you know what? I just don't want to be in my hotel. I want to go home and sleep in my bed. I kept trying to go, oh, come on. Why?
Yeah,
we don't
stay
need
in
to
my
be-
room.
We one more night. But it didn't happen. And I was just like, fuck. I'm like, this isn't happening.
Boy, that
I'm
should
done.
have happened to you. I got to be honest
I know.
with you.
Sounded like it.
Yeah, but the details.
Even Eiffel Tower. Something.
I would have been for
something.
that. I would have done it. I would have done it.
I got to tell you, Troy and I can promise you have been in similar situations. And when someone comes up to you out of the blue, and starts engaging, someone's banging her that night.
Oh, yeah.
I can just say that is.
We don't have to do. We certainly don't have to do it at this point. I will tell you, I have her phone number.
Okay.
And you can, if you want,
Let's call her.
Should we call her?
See?
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
You wanna
fuck
try?
yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what time it is there or what her life is like, but yeah. Oh, I don't want to call her by her name for sure.
What's why is it in a name? I mean, is it Jennifer or something? Or?
I just don't want to.
Leslie Jones?
No.
Give me her.
I'm trying to think how to do it.
Give me her real name, and then.
And then what you want us to call her?
I don't even know what to call her. I
Black girl?
Yeah. Why don't you just start off literally just saying, hey, is this the girl
That's
to hang out with?
definitely not how you spell that.
Okay,
Well, it's phonetic. You know.
What about?
why don't you just literally say, hey, just start off talking that you know me.
What about that name? Is that too close?
Yeah, I think that's too
Okay,
close
it's
for
too
me.
close.
I think
Just making a new one.
yeah, I just think say you know me.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Because the number's coming from my phone.
Yeah. dial it.
Ironically enough, this part of the show is going to be sponsored by The Party Pub. Oh, never mind. God damn it.
Oh, sorry. You want me to wait?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
fuck. No, not now. Thought I had a
What if
minute.
she'll pick? I don't know if she'll pick up or not. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Put your phone over here,
Bills
close
to
to
pay,
us.
God damn it.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hi. How are you? This is Mike and Troy and Eric calling from the TDC Podcast. I don't want to give your name out on the air, so. But do you remember our friend Eric?
From Reno?
Yes, I do.
You do. God, you got a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
We're doing very good. He just told us a wild story about hanging out with you and another guy in Reno, Nevada.
Yes, we had a ball. We had a ball.
What name should I call you? I feel like I should address you as something or someone.
I just figured it'd probably be best not to call you by your name.
I mean,
No, you can call me Jackie.
Jackie. Okay,
All right.
perfect. Jackie. So anyways, Jackie, if the story we were told is to be believed, it sounds like Eric had met some fine gentleman in a Lions t-shirt or jersey in the casino, and
Yes.
they were having a conversation, and you were interested and came up to them. They didn't solicit you. It was just you came up and kind of overhearing their conversation. And
Yeah, they're talking football.
yeah.
Yes.
Are you a football fan?
And I was
Jackie?
laughing because he had on a Lions jersey, and I'm a Packer fan.
Oh, geez. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sore subject.
Yeah, we're in Metro Detroit, so Packer fans we are not. But
Of course you're not.
yeah, I understand. So what's your story, Jackie? We're trying to get, Eric has a real problem. Like he's very interested in connecting with women and he lacks any sort of game whatsoever. And
You know what? That is his game. Because he has no game, that is his game.
okay, all right, that's one way to look at it.
Obviously didn't work.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yep.
He's kind. He has a very calm spirit about him. It was a very relaxing night. Like we had so much fun, laughing, talking, hanging out.
Yeah.
It was great. It was awesome. Except for in the bar where that bougie couple complained about us being too loud and disrupting them at 2:00 in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
fuck
like
them.
11:30 on
Yeah.
a Sunday at a casino. And these people were upset that we were kind of carrying on a little bit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, ignore.
you're not talking.
We were
to-
having a ball, though. Who cares? Like
Yeah.
you bougie asses. They wouldn't know a good time if it sat on their face and wiggled.
Well, Jackie, I would say this. Troy and I, who's the co-host here with Eric, we welcomed him back. He's been gone for a couple weeks or a couple months. Troy and I do have a little bit of game historically, not to brag about anything. And we're under the impression that if a girl walked up to us in that situation and we start hanging out, having some cocktails, having some food, having a ton of laughs, there's no way one of us is letting that girl get out of our
Yeah.
aura.
We closed the deal.
We closed the
Well-
deal, if you will. And it's no shock to us that Eric didn't.
We just want to know where the short.
Well, no, the reason he didn't is because I'm a married woman.
Oh, yeah, but weren't you? He was saying that you were on the outs, so to speak.
Yeah, we're having difficulties in our marriage right now,
That's
but
all I
I'm
need.
I'm not built that way. I don't cheat. I'll leave before I cheat.
Oh, okay. So there was nothing that Eric did wrong.
It wasn't the beard.
No,
Okay.
no, not at all. It was awesome.
Really? So you wouldn't have even though are you and the husband still on the outs, or are you guys reconciling?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's you either, like I told him, it's either counseling or a lawyer, one of the two.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Bought the T-shirt and burnt it.
So had you been on the other end of the marriage, let's say it didn't work out and you went the lawyer route, would Eric have stood a chance in that scenario? He's a good-looking
Well,
guy.
now there-
He's funny. He's a good-looking guy.
Let's fast forward 6 months.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's just fast forward and say I'm newly divorced.
There's
Yeah, there we
exactly.
go. Now we're talking.
Would Eric have stood a chance with me?
What, and what about Lions?
Is that what
guy?
you're asking
Yes, that's what we're asking.
You should ask about Lions.
me? Yes, he would have stood a chance.
Oh,
But
I believe she's being nice, but it's fine.
yeah, did he stand a better chance?
So
than
you're
Lions
saying
guy?
there's a chance?
yeah. I love it. What are
Troy,
you
get that
asking,
out there.
T?
Troy needs to get that out there.
What did he have a better chance than Lions guy?
Oh,
Yeah, because the Lions guy is married.
Okay.
yeah. Okay, let's take the marriage thing out of the
Yes.
equation. Let's assume nobody's married.
Yes, just three
Because-
swinging dicks in Reno, having
Yeah,
a good time.
having a blast.
Two swinging dicks.
Eric was under the impression, Jackie, that you were maybe more into Lions guy than him. Is there any truth? to that?
No.
Okay.
Chris, to me, sorry,
No,
was
that's
I
fine.
not supposed to say
Nah.
his name?
Bill,
That's
we're
fine.
all in Bill.
Anyway,
That's
You're
fine.
well, that guy, he was more to me. He reminded me of one of my closest guy friends, and
Okay.
he just had that. He had that vibe. So for me, yeah, no, that was friendship zone.
Okay. All right. Good to know. So Eric's still in at this point. Now, there's a couple more things that we need to broach with you, Jackie. I apologize
Yes.
in advance. One is there is some debate as to whether or not the individual that showed up was in fact a nephew of yours.
Yes, that is my nephew.
Okay, all right. I wasn't there. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't mean to.
We're just piecing the story together.
Yeah,
that's
piecing
all.
everything together.
Oh, okay.
Doing our best. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not.
no. That's my nephew. We don't get to see each other much because my schedule, I work days and he works night at Panasonic. So
Okay.
we barely get to see each other.
So
And
get a
when we
little
can,
handsy. Yeah. Yeah.
we hang out. That's
on.
my boy.
Right on. Now the
I
other.
protect him because he's a good dude. And
He did, and by the
he's
way, he
from
was nice.
Detroit.
Oh, okay.
right on.
From Detroit.
Respect.
Like
Yeah.
legit Detroit. Like he showed me his license, and it's like not.
Oh, he's in the 313 for
yeah,
real?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's totally from Detroit. And he's just such a good guy that I don't want him to meet one of these little chicks here that these girls here are ridiculous in Reno. And I just
Yeah.
don't want him because he's too nice.
Wants to miss
And I don't
those.
want him to get used. So I keep him close.
That's the B squad from Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just gonna say, are they more obvious than they are in Vegas? Because in Vegas they're pretty obvious. The ones that are, you know.
Oh, yeah. They're so obvious here that if you've got anything, a little bit of money or whatever,
Yeah.
they're all over you like a dirty
I didn't
shirt.
have
It's
that,
pretty
so.
disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. Now the other thing is, and Eric might have mentioned an
Speaking of
NBA Hall of Famer at the time, but about your time in Atlanta.
Eric, did you really? No, just kidding. It's public
It was
knowledge.
locker room situation. I wanted to impress the guys.
It's public knowledge. I wrote a book. I'm a published author. I did my memoir. It was
Okay.
an autobiography of my life.
What's the book
Yeah,
called?
I used to be. It's called The Jacqueline Diva Bush Story: How I Went from Gold Room to Courtroom.
I actually forgot about this in the Drunken Steward. Yeah, she showed me. It's like legit on Amazon or
Wow,
whatever.
I'd love to read that. So what does that mean? Go the Jacqueline something story from Gold what?
From Gold Room to Courtroom.
Gold Room to Courtroom.
I started out as a dancer at the Gold Club in Atlanta, and I became the top woman in the club and eventually became a madam and got indicted with the owner, was facing 177 years in prison,
Oh,
and walked away unscathed.
how did you pull that off?
Good lawyers. And when you didn't really do what they said you did, but they didn't come after you for what you really did,
Yeah.
they're dumb as fuck.
Ah, Jack, a girl.
Well, Jacqueline, you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, you really are. I'm looking at the cover of your book here. Now, Eric said you were African American. I don't know that I see that in the cover here. I got to be honest.
Yes,
with you.
I am.
You are okay. Not
Well, I'm mixed. I'm Creole.
Creole.
Oh,
All right.
July up in
All right.
there.
So we're not breaking anything that you haven't already talked about in your memoir when we talk.
Oh
about
yeah, no. I'm an open book. I've done so many interviews over the years, and so many questions have come out, and I'm like, you know what? Just ask what you want to ask, and I'll give you the answer if I have it.
Well, I am learning that from you. I love it, Jackie. You're the look. I've interviewed thousands of people over the years, and you're awesome.
Yeah.
You're an open book. I didn't know
There's no
anything about you.
shame. I have no shame, and I don't live on regrets, because if you live on regrets, you're not going to be where you need to be in your life anyway.
Agreed. You know, we have
Everything happens the way it's supposed to.
Well, we have a couple house rules here. One, if it's funny, you say it. I don't care who it offends or who in the house is offended by it. If it's funny,
Right.
you say it. That's house rule one. The other one is we're a no judgment zone. So I don't give a shit. Our past is sketch as hell. All of us have been
Heck
involved.
yeah, we've all done
Yeah.
something crazy in our lives.
You talk about drugs.
Anybody
you
that
talk
says
about
they
women.
didn't, they're a lying ass.
Exactly. I don't care if you're talking about drugs or women, you name it, we've done it. So this is a judgment-free zone. Damn, girl, is that her?
Let me see that one.
She's not black. She's lying about being black. I just don't
Well,
see it.
hold on. This is from
I'm
MySpace, so
so
this is
not
going back a
lying.
minute.
Actually, Jackie,
So not lying.
I believe you. I
I
believe
she
you.
can
showed,
attest
Eric
to-
saw a picture of my dad.
No, she could attest, but I didn't believe you right away. If you remember, like I didn't really.
Yeah, you thought it was sketchy for a minute until I showed
I was
you
pretty
my-
drunk too, though. Having said that, but
So was I.
God, this sounds like the funnest night ever.
it was a fun night for sure.
Yeah.
It was. We stayed up until 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
And then I kicked him out of my room. I was like, okay, I love you, but you got to go.
Yeah. So I want to
I need sleep.
Before we let you go, Jackie, I did want to get into Atlanta really quick because you know when you're talking about being a madame, you know, we all think of Heidi Fleiss, for instance.
I was better than Heidi Fleiss. I didn't go to prison.
Yeah, exactly. But what we have learned about Atlanta specifically is that's the hub more so than anywhere else in the country. And you think of Deshaun Watson, who got caught up with 26 lawsuits from women that he was getting massages from when he was still in Houston, and it sounds like almost all of those women were coming from Atlanta. What is going on in Atlanta that makes that such a hot spot for, the sex industry?
Because the stripping industry is up there with corporate America. Like, there's more strip clubs per capita in Atlanta than bars.
Yeah.
There's so many damn strip clubs, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's kind of a hot spot. I know when like the Super Bowl's been played there, there's always warnings.
Oh, yeah.
There's tons of warnings about, getting mixed up with ladies of the night for these players. But there's always one. There's always one that ends up hooking up with someone. But I don't know. Did you get any fallback was there any fallout from naming names in your book? I know most people don't tend to name names.
Well, I had, so before my book could even launch, P. Diddy had his people read it before I released it because he wanted to make sure that I didn't mention him in there because he had been in the club a few times, and I know some girls that have dealt with him, and I've known him for a while, and I'm like, you weren't important enough to be in my book.
He's a nice guy. He's a billionaire. He's not
he's not a nice guy.
He's not a nice. See, he came in the radio station I worked at once, and we hung out for a couple hours, or for an hour or so. And I thought he was really cool. But
I think with men he's okay, but with women he's condescending and kind of like
chauvinistic.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear what
kind of narcissistic.
Troy caught. I don't know if you heard him catch that, but what she said, she said she told him he wasn't big enough, wasn't important enough to be in her book. Is what she said.
Yeah. No, which is why I said, wait, he's a billionaire.
Yeah. Okay.
Rap mogul with I think his own vodka or tequila, whatever it is. I would think he'd be big enough.
He's got his own line of vodka.
Yeah, I would think he'd
Ciroc.
be Ciroc. Yeah.
That's why they lock it up.
Yeah, he's cool with me because he gets where I come from. He knows I'm from the streets. I don't put up with that crap. Like, you're not just going to be any old kind of way to me. You be one way with me, and that's it. All that extra narcissism and everything you got going on with all these little groupies, I'm not her. I'm not starstruck. I've been around more celebrities than I can count, and I'm just not impressed with it. I'm not impressed.
That's smart. Don't mention him. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So are there any other celebrities you would name or people that were surprised you they were cool or giant assholes? We'll take either.
You know who I really can't stand?
Who?
Dan Aykroyd. And it broke my heart because I've been a follower of his throughout his entire career since I was a kid. But when I met him, he was just so mean and disrespectful, and I told him to kiss my ass.
That doesn't surprise me. Him and Chevy Chase both seem like total assholes.
See, Chevy Chase is awesome.
Really?
I got to hang out with him at dinner one night. Yeah, we all went to Bones in Atlanta, and what an amazing guy.
Now,
my God.
How did you hook up with Chevy? Was he in the club or?
No, so he one of my clients, and I can't name his name right now because
okay.
He was actually meeting up with Chevy and another lady because they were discussing some movie stuff, and he asked me if I wanted to go to dinner, and I was like, "Where are you guys going?" And he's like, "Bones." I'm like, "I'm in. Let's go. I have a table there. Let's go." Yeah. So we met up, and I got my favorite table, and we had a great night. It was awesome.
Really? God, we've heard nothing but we've heard horror stories of Chevy Chase.
Really?
Yeah, that he's just a real prick.
It's all circumstantial, I assume.
Wow.
Such a relaxed environment.
I think it's just based on personal experience with him. Like, you might catch him on the wrong day, and he might be just having a stress. You never know what somebody's going through. So I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Like you could meet Dan Aykroyd and have a great time with him, and it'd be all good. And then I'd be like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, I get that. And I've never met Dan Aykroyd or Chevy Chase, but from stories from SNL cast members.
Robin Leach is a douchebag, though. He's disgusting.
Yeah.
Robin Leach
doesn't surprise me.
offered to pay me and another girl $5,000 each to pee in our hands.
To pee in your own hands?
Yeah, he wanted to pee in my hand.
Well, now he wanted to pee in your hand.
Yeah, you had to catch it like a cup.
Well, now, why wouldn't you just take $5,000 from that and then go wash your hands?
No.
All right.
Yeah, I would do it for sure.
Jackie, I think I'd let him pee in my hands for $5,000.
Do it for 1,000, dude.
Eric would do it for $1,000.
Right.
Put that on Twitter. Robin Leach. I will accept that $5,000 offer. I got my hands
Is he still alive?
Yeah, it's Robin Leach. Lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
Is he?
I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, he was disgusting. He was just disgusting.
Is that one of the weirder requests you've ever gotten?
I can't believe it is.
No, the strangest request I got was from this racist guy. When he found out that I was Creole, he said he wanted to have sex with me on a Confederate flag.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
I just, what do you say to something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
That one I can understand turning down. I will say that.
well, I've had a motto for years, and I think I'm going to update it because it just sounds so crass and rude. But I've always said, like, I'd fuck Roseanne for the story. I
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Hit her from the back and smack her on the ass
There you
one
go.
time.
there you go. Now you're talking.
He is dead, by the way, for whatever it's worth.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, you can't. We just learned that the other day that you can't. When you're talking about the dead, they can't. What was the story we had yesterday,
Yeah,
Troy? We
you're
were
not-
talking
you can't
about
defame, you
can't
can't,
defame or besmirch the dead.
Yeah.
Technically, and so it was going to a George Floyd story that someone. Wasn't it George Floyd?
Yes.
Yeah, Kanye West. They were going to sue Kanye West, the family.
I'm so over Kanye. He just needs to go sit down somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just go sit down. I don't say so. I'm with a lot of people right now. I don't say, be part of this cancel culture bullcrap. I don't believe in all that.
Yeah.
But I do believe in complete ignorance on my end. Because I can't keep entertaining your crazy rhetoric that you keep spurting out of nowhere and still try and support you. Like, no, dude, no, I'm good.
You talking about all the anti-Semitic shit he's been saying?
I just can't. I can't. He's so lost and so messed up in his head. After his mom died, to me, that was his fall down. Like that took him over the edge. And then being bipolar, you got a lot with you, bruh, and I'm really sorry for you.
Like Tyson and Customata.
Yeah, Tyson and Customata. That's a good comparison. And
I freaking love Mike Tyson. I love him.
Yeah.
How often?
He actually he wanted to date me back in the Gold Club days.
Okay.
And at that time, that's when he was, cray-cray out there.
Yeah.
And I told my friend, I was like, tell your boy, I said, thank you, but no thank you.
Really?
Now, say I was divorced and he wanted to try and date me now, I would totally date him. He is a completely different person.
Girl that said she would date Mike Tyson said I had a chance.
Said you had a chance. I was just going to say that, Eric.
I would date him now,
Yeah.
and especially who he's become. He's so intelligent now. He's really educated himself
Become
over
very
the
humble.
years, and
Yes.
very humble. And when he went on his spiritual journey, I was just like, and that to me, when he came back from that, he just was completely different, on a whole different realm. And I'm like, see, now if this was Mike Tyson back in those days, I'd have let you had a chance.
Yeah. So what Mike Tyson era is this? Is this post jail? Is this post Robin?
Yeah, it was post jail, but it was just coming off of Robin, and I was like, no. That
chick
brother
fucked
is
him
out there.
She fucked him up something awful. That interview.
Yes, she did.
With
that
Barbara
heifer.
Walters.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a piece of work. Her and her mother.
Even if there's shit going on, in the family, like keep it in house. to put him on blast on Barbara Walters and
was the
surprise him
worst.
was so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I mean, she basically called him a wife beater on
Yeah.
national television, and the look on Mike's face, like, oh shit, what do I do with this? You know,
Nothing.
Yeah,
You gotta
terrible.
suck it up.
Yeah,
Take it on the chin, buddy.
Yeah, he had to.
That was
So-
like him punching himself.
right. Yeah.
In the nuts.
Yeah. So if all things being equal, you know, again, you're not married. We're throwing that right out the window.
Tyson's not an issue.
Mike Tyson or Eric, and we know you had we know you had a blast with Eric. We know that.
I can't compete with fucking Mike Tyson.
You got youth on your side, Isis.
There's no shame in second to Mike Tyson.
I'm okay with coming in second to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to say Eric because I could only tolerate talking to Mike Tyson
What?
for so long.
Oh, shit.
Eric.
All right. All right.
I've had enough, guys. I'm going
It's a
home.
W.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, take a knee
So
right now.
Eric, you win hands down. You don't have a
Wow.
Mike Tyson.
I'm going to let
voice.
Mike Tyson know that next time I see him.
Jackie, do you have his number? I know he has yours, obviously. You have his. Why don't you hang on to that in case this
Yeah.
case the lawyers thing pans out?
Yeah.
You know, you reach out to Eric.
We should wrap this up before we fuck things up for
I
Eric.
agree.
God only
Can't go
knows.
Can only go
You're
downhill.
fucking it up for everyone.
Can only go downhill from here.
Jackie,
You
Robin
guys,
Leach.
this has been awesome. I'm Eric. I'm so flattered right now.
Oh, it's all right.
so is he. He's been raving about you. So this is very cool,
I
Jackie.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you
I
sound-
appreciate it.
if you ever come to Detroit or if we ever come out to Reno, I'd love to get together with you and hang out. You sound like a ball of fun.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm just very relaxed, and I just go with the flow. You have to be ready for anything.
Love it.
Good
Hey,
luck with everything on the home front.
yes.
I mean, not really for Eric's sake, but, you know.
Yeah, wrap
I'll
that
keep
bullshit
Eric
up.
posted.
Yeah, keep him posted. Thank you for the time, Jackie. This has been way more fun than I even thought it could be.
That's awesome. All
Yeah.
right, Eric, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Jackie.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Oh, read the texts.
Oh, yeah, let's go through his text.
Oh, whoa, no, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Yeah, there were some lengthy ones there. Isis, you weren't full of shit. That chick's
Wow.
great.
That's amazing. She's way cooler than I expected.
She's way cooler than you.
Here's what I would say to honestly, and I know you guys fuck with it. I get it.
What?
No, but
we would never.
But for me, in the situation I was in, this is what I said to myself after it. Short of the obvious goal, which is hooking up,
Yeah.
it was the best I could have asked for in a situation where I was by myself.
And I'd say she's way out of your fucking league, dude.
Yeah, right?
So that you even got to the room till 6?
Yeah.
Impressive,
Right.
Sir.
And
Yeah.
she's used to hanging out with fucking A-list celebrities. She doesn't
Yeah,
give a
yeah.
shit about P. Diddy, dude.
Right,
She's
I
hanging
know,
out with
I know.
you.
Yeah.
And she said you had a chance more than Lions guy.
I don't
And
know
more
if
than
she-
Tyson.
And more than Tyson.
I don't know if she was just being nice about the Lions guy thing, but I'm going to take her word for it.
Well,
I'm going to take her word
Listen,
for
so Lions guys got a better chance than Tyson?
it. We should have. Well, then we need to go down that tournament bracket, I guess. There
You're
needed to
already
be a
ahead.
whole,
Oh, okay.
there needed to be a whole bracket.
Oh,
that's so
man.
funny.
All right. Well, that part of the show was brought to you by The Party Pub. And if you want to impress everyone at your graduation party, wedding reception, poker night, MMA viewing party, or for any other reason, you need to contact The Party Pub. It's a massive inflatable pub that can be set up wherever you choose. They also have all the best party games, beanbag toss, badminton, giant inflatable screens, axe throwing, and more. Call Jeff L. Hefe at 586-524-6701 or visit thepartypubrentals.com and take your event to the next level. You get a 10% discount for TDC listeners and 2 free games.
very good. Isis, you have to feel like the coolest guy in the room right now. Delivering a story and a phone number,
Right.
and it turns out it was true.
I know.
I feel like I came back with
And
something
she's a
strong.
published author who's written about all this shit.
I'm
you
impressed.
know? Yeah,
I am fucking impressed.
I am too.
I
That
feel
you
like
held it down in,
Yeah,
the, in
yeah.
the hotel like that.
the thing I would say the only thing that on a personal note that I'm actually somewhat like not gratified with, but like feel the most accomplished is that I do feel I believe her. I tend to believe
Her
thought
book was
process.
20
so-
years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's 50.
Right.
yeah.
So it was a fun night, dude. It was one of the honestly, it was one of those
Did you
nights.
plan to talk to her again, or
What's up?
Did you plan to
I
hang
mean,
out with
we've
her? or
actually.
talk to her?
I mean, she lives out there, but we have texted. Like, there's been a few things that I've kind of texted back and forth between there. Because because there were just some things came up that we texted a few times.
Can you
since then.
imagine if he's just a fucking normal guy and this chick's had nothing but chaos and wild celebrities?
I know.
Fucking dude, she wants.
That's the appeal.
This dude wants
I
to
just
whiz
want
in her
normal.
hands. I just want normal and
Just want a dork.
Jesus
I'm
ends
so
up
sick.
with a fucking former madam who's an accomplished author.
Well, I mean,
Jesus, I love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was like I said to
Your
me.
life is never boring, friend.
That's definitely true. That's what I said. I honestly, God, when I was driving away from Reno that day, what I told them, him and the dude, because honestly, the guy, if he doesn't come up, this girl doesn't come up. I was in one of these things where I was just walking around the casino. It just was a natural, organic thing of three people coming together and having really one of those nights that's just I wasn't planning on staying up till 5 a.m. drinking.
Yeah.
And honestly, again, the goal is fucking sex, but
Closing it.
if you took that out of it, it was as good as it could have been.
I get you,
Yeah,
brother.
no, that's
so-
fine. And you can, you know what? Believe it or not, you can have a fun evening with the opposite
Yeah.
sex.
I mean,
And you know what?
here's the
To
thing.
be honest with you, E, it might be better.
Yeah.
Because there's no like shame, there's no guilt, there's no remorse, there's no awkward coming too fast. Like,
Yeah.
there's
No,
this could
all
be
that
like
shit's off the table.
This could be the best possible scenario.
in my life too, I really am. I'm on this weird trip. I'm by myself. I meet in the end people that we end up drinking till, like I said, late into the morning. And to the point where we've both kept in touch. I got the other guy on my Instagram too, and we've kept in touch too a little bit. He's
Wait, where was your boy during all this?
My boy?
He
left
okay.
after Seattle.
Oh, he left after
so
Seattle.
I had the
gotcha.
last 2.5 weeks by myself,
I
which
gotcha.
was kind of wild.
How was that? Was that better or worse?
I liked it. I mean, look, I would have loved to still had my buddy with me. I would love to still have somebody with me.
Yeah.
I will say, I told people, like, I full on got into talking to myself, like in a sense of, like, I'd have 4-hour drives, 5-hour drives. I had some 4 or 5,
Dude,
6
I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I'm in this house a lot by myself.
Yeah.
And if I'm not talking to the dog, I can be.
Well,
talking to myself.
what I told someone is I just started talking things in we. Like, if I was like, okay, what we got here? I've been on the road 2 hours. All right, why don't we get off here? I got to go to the bathroom, get some. Like, I would just say out loud, like, we're gonna do that. Whatever. And I would have liked to have
Dude,
a
I
buddy.
think that's just normal human behavior. The same thing happened to Tom Hanks in the movie when he got stranded on the island, and he's talking to the fucking
Castaway.
Troy, I wouldn't say like
Thank you.
lots of talking. I'm just kind of more like I'd get off kind of like, okay, what are we gonna do here? Okay, get gas, get some food.
You can't have the conversation in your head.
You can, but you're spending. It just you got to think. I went 2.5 weeks where very little actual interaction with human beings.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it just be. I don't know. I've done it when I've been hiking by myself for hours. Where I start to say, man, this is fucking cool. I'm
Yeah.
just by myself. I would say this. I would have loved to have a buddy. I really would have. But I told Tyler when he left. I think it was cool and good for me to really do some of this on my own, like going to these open mics and not have the 2 buddies even with you, like just walking into these places by yourself and seeing if you could have. And I had
having the balls to do it.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
And I had a good time. I liked it. I got 5 more weeks coming up here in a few weeks. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Yep,
nice.
yep. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do on the East Coast that I haven't done yet, and we can talk about
Get laid.
Yeah, probably not. I'm gonna try. Hostels at a few big cities.
Okay, yeah.
Just to bring the cost down, and
Sure.
also like then you
Try
kinda-
what? Hostels?
Hostels where you pay like $50, you get bunk
yeah.
bed in a room.
Yeah.
But it's like they're cheaper in bigger cities, and then it's like also you got the social aspect. You can
Sure.
kind of have a gathering in
Dude,
the middle.
I was shocked. In Northern California, there's a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Like, they're in the most prime locations, like right on the
Oh, yeah,
ocean
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
The one
it's
I'm-
like, this land must cost a fortune. You've just got a bunch of basically bums.
Well, if you put 4 people in a room for
That's the thing, and
$50
some-
a piece, it's the same as getting 1 person in a room for 200.
I know.
Right.
I know. But
And honestly, and I don't know how they all are. I'm only doing some big city ones. I got 3 that I'm gonna do. But like the one in Philadelphia,
you'll love it.
oh,
You'll
I
be
think
a
I
hit
will.
at those.
But the one
Yeah.
in Philadelphia, literally, you read down the thing and they're like, oh, and we have Fridays and Sundays free beer on tap in the lobby, and we have like on Saturday wine and cheese or something, so you can go down and mingle
Happy
with the
hour.
people that
you
are
will.
there.
You
Yeah.
will. You'll do great.
Oh yeah,
You'll do great.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you for letting me tell that story.
Yeah,
Of course, I'm glad you did.
Glad you did too.
Really, really glad you did. I did
Made our
not
job
think,
easy
going
today.
into that. I did not think I was going to be happy you told
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
but I'm genuinely pleased.
I
Yeah,
knew that it
me
would
too.
be. I knew that it would. I thought it was good, but I knew that it would take a little getting into it. And her call, obviously, her picking
Oh,
up.
that
is
was
what sealed it.
spectacular.
That
She was
was great.
amazing. And,
She was.
and listen, mad props. She answered your call.
Yeah,
She wasn't
did.
like one
Fuck
ring, like
this guy.
fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He didn't put you right in the drive-through. She
No,
answered.
we'd had a few texts since our meeting, so it wasn't like totally like
Yeah.
il comunicado or something.
No, it's hey man, I love it. Hey, and shirts. We all need it, and most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900 and ask for Brent Wasik at Wasik Insurance.
Very good. I'm not even going to try doing stories.
I'm sorry.
No,
We're
why
not-
bother?
Yeah.
I'll read an email and we'll get out of here.
All right.
But you know what, Troy? What that means is we got a pile of shit to do for.
Yep. NWGT.
Exactly. News we didn't get to this week.
You
There's
stick
plenty of
around?
I
those.
like that. Is that? Are you gonna do it today or?
Yeah, we'll do it right now.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Maybe.
I got
We'll
nothing.
see.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
No. You're fine.
Didn't mean
You're
to
fine.
invite him.
Oh no, of course.
I
He's
think he-
invited. No, I just didn't know if we were going to do it. We got football coming on here in a little bit.
Oh,
So I
gotcha,
didn't know what
gotcha.
kind of.
Not that close.
Yeah, close enough. I got to go upstairs for a minute, anyways. But that's fine.
Somebody's got to make a poopy.
No poopies. I need to take a fucking med. I'm dying here.
Gotcha.
Paywalls workaround. Hi, Mike and team. Listening to episode 1642. I don't know what episode we're on now.
Not even a clue.
Yeah, so this could be a while ago. I heard you discuss paywalls. In particular, I always thought it was the Epoch Times.
Oh, Epic,
Yeah,
Epoch, whatever.
EPOCH.
How is it for now? I actually don't know because
I don't know.
I have
I've
no
never been there. It's always under a paywall.
I don't know. It's far right. I have no idea.
I have no idea how I got on it, but I get emails from them 5 times. Now I can't like go into the thing because it's beyond a paywall, which is
Yeah.
But I do. Some point at some time, I must have liked something that they did.
Well, I
because-
have listeners that send me articles from it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, I can never open these because I'm not going to pay them. So either
Fuck
fucking
the free press is like that now.
yeah.
How
fuck, I
ironic
haven't-
is that? The
dude,
free press.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You
I
want
remember
to read
back
this?
in the day.
Pay for it.
And
Free
I
back in the
haven't
day.
I haven't read the free press in 3 years because they're a paywall. It's like, yeah, go fuck yourself. I can go on Twitter and see everything you're about to say in this stupid article.
What I will do a lot of times is honestly, if you go to some of those articles, if you just copy and paste a little part of it and then go to like another place and Google it in there, someone will have it somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
You
a
know
lot
what I
of
mean?
times, yeah, there's workarounds, but we're gonna find one here.
There you go.
I've been using an app called Pocket, available for iPhone and Mac, along with a web page portal, getpocket.com. They probably have a version for those Android users out there too. I have found that by saving web pages to Pocket, I can open site pages that are normally behind a paywall with no problem. So far, I haven't hit a limit on how many I can open from one site. Not sure why, but tried a few Epic times. Most recently for one. Once installed, you can simply right-click a link, save to Pocket for quick
crazy.
access, then open it in the application,
Hey,
and
good
you're
to know.
around the paywall.
All right.
This might sound like an advertisement, but it's not. It's simply a way I've found to get around paywalls, discovered by accident, helping keep my freeze worth. Donation upcoming soon. Let me know if that works.
That's what they always
for you
say.
the same way if you try it. Best regards, Scott. Thank you, Scott.
Hey, Scooter.
The guy
Yeah,
saying
we
he's
should-
going to give money says
We should try that.
found a way to get out of a free paywall.
Hell yeah.
I'm just, a little iron.
No, I understand. I understand, but
The irony's not lost on me.
it isn't. But if that can help us, then I don't. I don't
Sure.
give a
Hey, if
shit,
he's got to
'cause-
save money on paywalls to give for us, then
Oh, there you go. That's,
God bless.
That's a donation in a way.
Damn right.
Sort of. We'll try it out. It's probably some horrible thing that's going to fucking virus the shit out of us.
right. It's
I
Trojan
can't believe they
horse.
fell for it. Total Trojan horse. All right. Well, thank you to our fine guest, Jackie, that we didn't even know we were going to have today.
Spectacular.
Yeah, I want to read her fucking book now. I,
know
got to
it.
be honest with you. And E, you should keep tabs on that one. She's a firecracker.
Yeah, for sure.
She'd be a lot of fun, dude. She could teach you some shit right there, my friend.
I believe that.
I was going to say something, but she'll probably listen to this, so I'll keep it to
I know.
myself.
I thought about it afterwards.
Keep her away from Troy, or you will never see her again. I'll tell you that right now, Isis. Keep her away from Troy. Do not. That you will learn a very hard lesson then. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. We got the Lions back. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Our squares.
Yeah,
I'm done with the Lions, by the way. I tried.
I know.
Here's the thing.
No,
Here's
but
the-
I brought my jersey on the road, even, dude.
Listen,
I
here's the
brought
thing.
it on the road.
It
Just
doesn't
enjoy the
have to be
rebuild.
exactly. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Enjoy it, support them, root for them. Just don't be fucking so vested into it. You're not emotionally vested.
Well-
right? You can support them, but whether they win or lose is fucking irrelevant.
Here's where I'm at, though, Troy. I agree with that. But how I do that is I can't watch, because if I watch, then I will feel those feelings. I'll get the feels, Troy. I can't watch.
Yeah, I
it's
will
like an
too.
ex-girlfriend.
I will too. I know it. Well, a couple things to mention before we check out here. Isis is going to be back tomorrow. It's the only way we can get Amy Zempel, the beautiful Amy Zempel, to the house.
Right, I have the key to the door.
Pool's closed.
He's got the fucking key to all the hot pussy out there. He brings Jackie right to our plate. He's bringing Zempel tomorrow. It's unbelievable. So Amy and he will, and maybe I'll join you for a bit. I'm kind of busy, but I'll see if I can join you for a little bit.
It's cool. I would say if yeah, it'll be cool. Tomorrow's going to be more of a normal episode because I still have to talk about what I did last week. So it's you know.
Okay.
So
In other
there
words,
you
stay
go.
in your lane.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. I've got shit going on, but if you need me to come down, if you want me to, I will.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Okay.
You're always welcome, of course. That's not
Thank
what I was
you.
saying. But I was just saying this is one that I wouldn't feel, it wouldn't be as terrible.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good to know because I
Yeah.
do have shit going on.
Yeah.
So Isis and Amy will do the Biggie Comedy Venture tomorrow from this very studio, and then we'll have the DFAST show, the Dumpster Fire Abortion Shit Show.
I love the title. I do.
with Greg Henson, Troy, and myself. Isis, you're welcome to hang out for that as well. Cool. And yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Talk to you, everybody.